Well, hello there, Papercrafters. We are here at the Beadalon booth at Creativeworld in Frankfurt, Germany, January 2015. And I know that we are into paper crafting, but I think that many of us are also into jewelry, at least wearing jewelry, and we want to show you a fun new tool that will make it easy for you. So let's zoom in and see who we've got helping us here today.
Hi, my name is Wyatt White. I'm the product manager and the creative director of Beadalon. And what we're going to show you today is the Beadalon, or excuse me, the Artistic Wire 3D Bracelet Jig. This is a jig that I created, and it's patent pending. It's circular in shape, and we have these pegs that can be placed just about anywhere you desire to be able to make bracelets, components, and many other things. So what I've done is I've set 2 back here, and then I've got 5 here. What we're going to do is take some 16 gauge artistic wire, use the wire straightener, roll this over, squeeze and pull, and that's going to straighten your wire nice and straight so that you can then begin the use of the tool. So I'm going to start on this, and I'm going to put a loop to the outside, nice and tight, all the way around. And I'm just going to pull this around, and at the first peg here I'm going to go down and around, and then just continue that for the next peg and the third peg, and just continue to go. And if you can see, this is, I'm not trying to force the wire around the pegs, I'm just putting the wire on the peg and then twisting the entire jig. Makes it much easier to do. I'm going to drag this back up through there and around this peg. So these are kind of standing up from the surface, so I want to push them down onto the flat part of the jig just to get it nice and flush with the bottom as much as I can. Then we're going to cut 1/4 of the full loop off. So we have basically 3/4 of that loop. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Snip that off. And then I'm going to pull these pegs. And then I'm going to pull these other pegs. Pull that out from there. Pull this out, and your bracelet releases. Now you need to use something that's about 2 1/4 inches around to fold this down and around so that you get about the right size shape for your bracelet. And because this is an adjustable bracelet, we're going to be using these 3/4 loops that we placed in the wire to use the bent chain nose and bend that straight up. Do the same thing over here, bend that straight up. Then I'm going to take the curved part of this and I'm going to bend this toward me, just like so. Do the same thing here, just bend this toward me. Then you loop that into there, so the second wire gets looped in, and this gets closed, just like so. And you can do the same thing over here and squeeze that closed, and you've got the wire form for your bracelet. Just adjust this just a little bit. So this one has 5. You can also do 7. You can do it straight in a line. It doesn't really matter. That gives you more flexibility for an adjustable bangle bracelet with loops for attaching.
And what is the gauge on that wire?
16 gauge.
Okay, and is there any limit in terms of the gauge that you can use?
No, I've used 12 gauge on it before. The pegs tend to move a little bit because these little attachments aren't really made for 12 gauge, but you can do 12 gauge on it. And then of course lighter as well. Sure.
Let's take a look at some of the other examples here. Adding beads into those.
Your coordinate?
Ah, great.
Do you have representatives there?
In Romania? I'm not sure.
It's not a problem. You have a friend already. Give me a card.
This is the 3D bracelet
Thank you very much.
jig. And then you can buy extra pegs for it as well.
The jig comes with 20 pegs and 20 of the holders, and then the extra peg set comes with 30 pegs and 30 holders. Because sometimes you can get very intricate on here.
Right.
And use a lot of pegs.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Wyatt. Have a great day.
Thank you. Have a great day yourself.